it is no secret that I am a fan of rainbow things, colorful things, pom-pom things. So today we are going to combine all of those things and make the perfect rainbow pom-pom. To get started in making a big rainbow pom-pom, you need a few things. You're going to need some yarn. If you want to use just traditional basic yarn, that's totally great. To make this one, I actually used this fun, really thin yarn called Omegacryl. It's acrylic, and they actually use this a lot in Mexico to make their pom-poms, colorful pom-poms and garlands there. And it makes a really, really fun, light, soft pom-pom. It's really thin, so it might seem like it would take a long time to sort of spin into a pom-pom, but it does come out 3 strands of the yarn thread at a time, so it actually doesn't go too slow. You're going to need as many colors as you want to make your pom-pom. I have 14 different colors, which is what makes this pom-pom as fun as it is, because it just sort of gradually changes into the next color. So I am using 14 colors. You also need a pom-pom maker. I really love the Clover brand pom-pom makers. This is a 2.5 inch pom-pom maker. Clover brand is just the best quality. I've used Clover brand for like my entire time I've had my business. I've used Clover pom-pom makers, and they are just fantastic. You also need scissors, and I've talked about these different scissors in my other videos before, but I have certain favorites. I'll link to them as well. You also need something to tie up your pom-pom. Usually I would just use a piece of yarn, but the Omegacryl is so fine that it can snap if you pull it too tightly. So I just use like a piece of white cotton string, and that seems to work the best. So to get started, you're going to use your Omegacryl. Now when you start your Omegacryl, there's a strand that's going along the outside and some that's going on the inside. I have already started these, and I double up the inside, so you like kind of pull it out of the middle like you do with yarn, and then you can also use the one that's going around the outside so that it can double up and make your pom-pom a little bit quicker. So I actually have 6 strands of this wonderful yarn that I'm going to use every time. So to start, we're going to just open up our pom-pom maker, and we're going to just, starting on the far end, the inside, I'm going to just start wrapping. Now you need to make sure you hold that end because it isn't going to be stuck on there for a little bit. So just kind of hold on to that end. Eventually, once you wrap over it enough, you can let go. So like we're fine now. I can let go of that little end. And we're going to wrap and wrap. Now since I have 14 colors, I'm going to need to do 7 sections on each half of my pom-pom maker. So you want to sort of space yourself so that you have enough room for every color to land on this side of the pom-pom maker. So that's probably about good. Just enough to have a little section of the brightest pink color. And then I'm actually just going to trim it. And now we're done with our first color. And now we're going to start with the second color. So again, there are some strands that come out of the top, and there also are strands that come around the side. And to make it go quicker, we're going to set that down just so I can grab both of these in my hand. We're going to double it up. So again, 6 strands, and we're just going to go right next to the section we just did and just start wrapping again. And eventually you'll kind of gather up the ends from the bright pink one that we had before as well. So we really want to end up with our 4th color right about here because that's going to be our halfway point. So just as long as it looks kind of full, but you're still leaving plenty of room for the other colors. So we'll trim that now. And we're just going to keep doing that for this whole half with half of our colors, and then we'll do the exact same thing to the other half. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. A whole half of this pom-pom, and as you notice, as I go along, it sort of gets a little sloppier and a little sloppier because it sort of has to overlap each of the other layers. But once we're done, we're just going to close that half, And then we're going to, as you can see, we ended with the yellow, the neon yellow, which is why it's so bright. And we're going to pick up just with the same color right on the inside. So I'm going to do that exact same thing with the next 7 colors. So let's move these up and let's get started on the second half. Okay, now we are done with the turning of our pom-pom. And isn't that fun? It's fun just like that. You don't even have to finish it now. Just kidding. Of course you want to finish it. As you can see, there's some kind of ends and stuff. It's fine. They're all going to get trimmed off once we trim this pom-pom anyway. So now for the magical moment, we're going to cut it. Cut it off. So you just start trimming through the center. And I have another YouTube video where you can see how I use these pom-pom makers that will show you how to make just the perfect pom-pom, and it will give you all the tips and tricks to just making a pom-pom on one of these clover pom-pom makers. So, isn't that fun? I always love cutting it because then you get to see all of the fun colors. And then we're going to use our white string that we cut ahead of time, and you just go through the middle, and you're going to just knot it. Double knot. You want it to be real tight so that it doesn't come undone. Okay, and now for the magical moment when we get to take our pom-pom out of the pom-pom maker. Da, 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 da. And look, I mean, obviously it needs a little haircut, but look at how fun. And then if you look in the, like on one, if you get to the side, you can kind of see the swirl where the whole rainbow is. And all you just need to do now is just trim it with your scissors, cut off all these loose ends, and you just have yourself the most fun rainbow pom-pom. It will look like this when you're done. I hope you enjoy your rainbow pom-pom goodness. See ya!